So these days, everyone's so focused on what's the fastest and what's the biggest card, but I want to see what's the lowest score we can get in Time Spy today. So I have found this R9 380X, and we're gonna go digging through the studio to see what other slow old stuff that I can find. Maybe a CPU or something from this era or older. We gotta pay some bills, so after this break.
For those looking for a high-end custom gaming experience, look no further than Falcon Northwest. Falcon Northwest has been building PCs made for gamers for over 30 years with a focus on a true high-end gaming experience. Custom cases available only through Falcon Northwest feature state-of-the-art testing and design to ensure that every component is performing at their best through thermal imaging and rigorous lab testing designed and overseen by the Falcon Northwest founder himself. With a complete lineup of systems ranging from small to large, every Falcon Northwest system includes a 3-year warranty policy and a year of 2-way overnight shipping coverage, providing the ultimate peace of mind. To see all that Falcon Northwest has to offer, follow the sponsored link in the description below.
What is our oldest CPU? Do you know? Threadripper. No. This is so J organized.
I keep setting it up, and then whenever he touches it, it just comes back like that.
You gotta match it. You gotta make sure your CPU is also ultra wide. Otherwise, it won't. The ultra wide monitor won't be compatible. 4790K. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere. Too fast. Everything's too fast here.
Too fast for y'all.
So I'm trying to find out what motherboard generation goes for the 4790K. And this is where I wish I had Jay's like Wikipedia brain of like motherboard chipsets and stuff, because I swear like you could just tell him any CPU and it'll be like, oh yeah, it's this chipset. It'll go on this motherboard. Oh god, do we have a motherboard that old?
What is it?
H81, B85, Q85, Q87, H87, Z87, and H97, Z97. So, yeah. Maybe the one in the display. Okay, neither of these are all insane board. Oh yeah, the Rocket League graveyard.
Just a partial.
Yeah, partial, yeah.
Grade.
I never thought that the motherboard would be the issue. Because we have the CPU now, but we can't find a board to stick it in that'll fit it. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is go with my backup plan. I don't know if you guys saw the $500 AMD budget build from like 10,000 years ago, but this ended up going to my friend, and then it was his computer for like 2 or 3 years until we upgraded it. I upgraded him with that whole SimRig thingy with the Micro Center challenge. But yeah, I think it's a 2400G, which might be the slowest working setup that we have as far as CPU power. So I think that paired with the R9 380X. It's funny, we have a 295 and a 280X, but they're both 2 gigabytes of VRAM, and the minimum requirement for Time Spy is 4. So I was like, cool, this is the slowest card that has 4 gigabytes of VRAM. So first, let's run a test on my edit rig just to get a reference for the scores. Also, Nick printed me the best 3D printed GPU support ever. It's a 4090 and a 13900K, and so our score was combined 22,700. All right, let's go see how that piece of shit works. Dude, 4 heat pipes, bro. Oh yeah, the death adapters. So people newer to the scene might not know about these, but this is a double Molex to a 6-pin PCIe adapter for older power supplies that didn't have the PCIe thing. And this is just the sketchiest. Like, don't use these guys. Oh, where do we install this?
Tuning.
Wait, there's a manual on how to use the CD? Hell yeah, I'm gonna pigtail this. I mean, how much power could it consume? Like 10 watts? Fucking shit.
Steve?
Wait. What?
What?
Why does he kind of look like Zach from Jamming Everything? Oh my god, the best we can do is 30. Are you I used to be skeptical about the people that were talking about AMD driver weirdness, but I literally just installed an AMD graphics driver and then we can't boot into our SSD anymore. What is happening?
What?
The irony of the fact that Windows had installed its own driver and it was already working, and then I was like, well, let's install the newest one to make sure, and then now it's not booting. Sick. I've never installed a graphics driver and had it work the bootloader. It doesn't make any sense. This video is so much waiting. That was like the one aspect I didn't think about. But like, duh, but still. Also, me and Jay were laughing at this. The fact that the dog got a credit too. Hermes.
Oh, the office dog?
Mm-hmm. All right, Sens, we're coming for you. 48,866 is the score to beat.
You can't even say it with
I know. Because that was like 22, and that's on 4090, dude. Fun fact, these are called Boyds.
Boyds?
Yeah, Boyds! 3,053. I freaking knew it. I told you that it was going to be 4,000. I mean, four digits of score. So it's at least 22,000 divided by 3,000. Okay, so it's about 7 times slower. Or no, the 4090 and 13900K is about 7 times faster. So I have an idea. I think I can get the CPU score lower by disabling half the cores on this, because this is a 4-core, 4-thread CPU, and the minimum requirements for 3D Mark Time Spy are a dual core. And then after that, I have a R9 200 series card that I want to try, even though that technically is below the system requirements because it's 2 gigabytes of VRAM and it says 4, but we could just slap it on there and try it, no harm, right? But first, let's get rid of some of those CPU cores and then see if we can lower the CPU score. So we were cracking up because if you zoom in on my screen over there, that's my ROG Ally score. 200 points higher than this, but I think it's just because that CPU in the Ally is like Ryzen 7000 series, 8 core, 16 thread, so it's kind of overkill. This is...
It is just chugging away.
Hey, yes, we got lower. We got a lot lower, actually. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. I was about to be like, dude, the CPU score got cut in half. If a card at the minimum amount of VRAM is getting high up on here, I think we should try the 280. I think it'll run. So it's this old school that they have to remind people that yes, you have to power the graphics card with supplemental power. Oh, it's so cute.
What do we get?
2374.
Was that slower than last time?
A little bit, but not that much. I think because I'm not up to date on my AMD history from back then because I was an NVIDIA boy back then, and so I think the R9 200 and the 300 series were like a 700 to 900 series kind of jump of just like an incremental upgrade. So I think that's why it's only a little bit slower. Dang, I really wanted to get this lower than like the halfway mark at least, but
we need to find an actual potato.
Yeah, I think that's the takeaway from this video, honestly, is that like, well, one, reverse overclocking or trying to compete downwards is fun and hilarious, and two, I think literally even the slowest stuff that we could find in Jay's shop is still faster. It's still like too fast because I really wanted to see like a score that was like down here, but I think for the next installment of this series, if let us know if you guys want us to continue this series, because I freaking think it's a hilarious idea to try to see who can get the lowest score. Because basically this whole video was inspired by this. I saw this Reddit post of on like the overclocking subreddit where somebody had gotten like, I think it was Cinebench R15 and it was a score of 3, like literally just 3. I think he said it took like the whole weekend to render or something like that. And the idea of like trying to get a benchmark to score the lowest is hilarious to me. So yeah, thumbs up and like down below if you guys enjoy the series. But I think for the next one, me and Nick are gonna have to dig into our old parts boxes because I think they might be slightly more keeping it real than what we can find here. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I'm pretty happy with how crappy our score is. I mean, that's almost 1,000 points slower than an Ally or any Z1 Extreme handheld. That's freaking hilarious. Even the graphics score is like 1,000 or like 400 points lower than the Ally's 3,080 something or whatever. So yeah, I mean, gotta find slower stuff for next time. So yeah, I think me and Nick gotta dig through our stuff and see if we can find some slower stuff, because I mean, I'm happy that it's about 500 points slower than an Ally, but it's not as slow as I thought it could be. So we'll see. But all right, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one.